what lies inside the secret tunnel. I don't think I'm gonna go in right now, but it looks like it might be some sort of Cold War bunker. I'm over here right near the bazaar, checking out this little area. Because my host at the guest house said that that place right there might be for sale. So I'm just poking around over here, checking it out. It's pretty jacked up right now. Messy, dirty, but you could clean it up, no problem. Very cute. There's a little creek bed. There's a bridge there. Little creek bed. 2 stories. The morning sun. Cut these trees out a bit, you'd get some morning sun. Pretty nice. Here's the front of it. There's a persimmon tree in the front. And it's number 1. Hard to tell. Too bad I can't get inside and take a look. That would be cool. I don't think this gate comes with it, unfortunately. Probably gets pretty shady in the afternoon though. And there's that creek. It comes out under the road and goes down that way. Now I'm going to drive across the valley from Gjirokaste to a place called Fushe, and then down to a village called Libohova. This is in the countryside outside the city of Gjirokaste. I'm just across the valley of the Drino River, and here some lovely farms, grapes, quince. This road leads up in that direction and through a little gap in the mountains to a place called Çajupi, which means Çajupi field. I'm not sure what Çajupi means. This is the village of Erind on the slopes of the mountain across the valley from Gjirokaste. A nice little farm here with fig trees, pomegranates, quince, some plums, peaches, all sorts of good stuff. There appear to be some bunkers here, probably from the communist times. Now I'm high up on the mountain across the valley from Gjirokaste, which I don't know if you can see it off in the distance on the other side. It's actually not that big of a city. There's a guy on his motorcycle with a bunch of herbs headed down the mountain. These are some steep and wild looking mountains. Very dry and rocky with lots of little herby plants. I can hear goat bells somewhere not too far off. And there is the valley of the Drino River, which flows from Greece in that direction northwards, and it meets the Vjosa River near Tepelin or Tepelena, and then flows north by west to the ocean, I believe somewhere north of the city of Vlora. Well, I crested the mountain and now I'm coming down the other side, and this is Çajupi field or Çajup field. And through that gap in the mountains over there, that notch, is another valley, and there are about 5 or 6 little villages over there. So I may drive as far as I can if the road isn't too bad for a 2-wheel drive car. I may just go check that out also. But down here is a pastor, and I can see his guard dog amongst the flock guarding the sheep. There's a spring up there, and it comes down here, and there's a bunch of little froggies in this puddle. and they were singing just a minute ago, and they stopped when I approached. Well, I'm here at the entrance of the Zagoria Natural Park, and it looks like there's many cool things to explore. But the road looks like there's quite a few potholes, and where I would love to go is beyond that gap, except this is the car I'm driving, a rental car with not extremely high clearance, so I would be a little bit worried about taking out my muffler or something. I decided to drive the little dirt road as far as the camping place across the valley to check out what's going on over there. I reckon this may be the only time in my life that I penetrate this deeply into the wilds of Albania, so I should probably take that advantage and just drive slowly on this terribly potted road to the camping place. I made it to the camping place. Hey buddies, how you doing there, pup? And there's 3 doggies hanging out. But I see no people. You just resting? Oh, good buddy, aren't you? Yeah. You're a sleepy one. Well, I guess there's nobody here. So maybe I'll just go and leave you to rest, okay? Looks like a decent little camping area. And I came and walked around a bit, and there's nobody here. There's 3 nice dogs here. So I think I will go ahead and keep moving. I'm entering the town of Libohova now. It's down a few miles from Gjirokaste going south. So here is my lunch at this lovely restaurant under the plane tree. I've got a salad with some feta and olives, some grilled vegetables, organic they say, and some bread, and some Glina mineral water. The brand is Glina. Looks very delicious. A cute little juicy grandpa just came around to the tables and dropped off some fresh figs from his garden. Wasn't that nice? This giant plane tree in Libohova has a circumference of 7 meters. This is Adrian. Is this your family's restaurant? His family owns the restaurant under the plane tree in Libohova village in Gjirokaste county in Albania. Come visit. This tree is over 560 years old, and Lord Byron sat under it and marveled at the delicious food and the beautiful girls in Libohova. The springs on the hillside above the plane tree have been flowing for hundreds of years continuously and nourish the tree and the village around. I've just had a tasty lunch in Libohova, and I talked to the son of the owner, Adrian, and he showed me a book of history of Libohova, and it's a great little town, and there are many things to do here, which I'm not going to do most of them. I'm heading to another town. I'm just doing a sampling of this area, so I can't stick around too long in any one place. But if you had a day or a half day here, fantastic little town to hang out in and eat under this giant plane tree behind me. Across the valley, you can see the village of Libohova, where I just was. Now I'm in a little village called Terihat. It's also got a Greek name in Greek letters, which I can't read. But around here, from Gjirokaste on south, in the Dropuli, I think we might be in that county now, south of the Libohova administrative unit. There are many Greek villages clinging to the hillsides like this. Well, I've driven about a kilometer off of the main highway and down a bumpy gravel road to the ruins of Hadrianopolis. And I'm gonna go check it out right now. Here's what Hadrianopolis looks like from above on this handy sign. And it says that it was a Roman city and it was roughly the 1st century AD, or CE as they call it these days. Blah, 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 blah. All sorts of good stuff. Pretty spectacular setting. Sorry for the wind. It's pretty windy out. There are some nice worked up stones there that were carved and were probably quite lovely 2,000 years ago. They should have some concerts out here during the summertime. That would be kind of cool. Bring some lighting equipment out here and set up a little stage and have some entertainment in Hadrianopolis, the ancient Roman ruins in the countryside of southern Albania. Well, here, just another few miles up the road from Hadrianopolis, a couple of kilometers, is the town of Vanistra, or Vanista. And it's also Vanister, I think, in Albanian. And it looks like it's got a magical underwater cave and a cool looking monastery. Very cool looking old monastery up on the mountain. If I can drive to it, I will go. But it looks like the town ends and the monastery be way up there, which isn't going to work for me today. Vanista also has a larger than average bunker. It's a biggie. You could actually throw a little party in there. I did decide to poke into Vranisht for just a couple minutes. And I'm at the church in the village. It's very quiet and very picturesque. A little bit run down, a little shabby around the edges, but little stone houses with grapevines are pretty sweet. Look at these giant trees surrounding the churchyard here in Vranisht. Somebody's cooking Rocky. I can smell it. The distillation process. Check out this lovely little passageway here. Who knows where it leads to? Let's just go poke around the corner for a second and see. Well, it looks kind of dead-endy, except for somebody who's allowed to pop through that little opening there. So I will just head back. In these small villages, sometimes I wonder how many little eyeballs are watching me from windows and from behind gates, watching the strange foreign man traipse around their village. Well, I just pulled over again in the lovely little town of Dervitsan. It's another Greek village. And I am going to go inside the store and buy some water and a couple other things. There's a drunk guy who came up to my window in my car, so I hope he doesn't bug me, but he seems like he's too out of it. Dervitsan was a Greek village. The lady in the store talked to me in Greek. So that was kind of neat. I just spotted this cool stone bridge on the side of the road, just a couple kilometers north of Dervitsan. Look at that one pillar, how high the driftwood is. This river must really rage in the wintertime. And you can see also they have those little holes for water to go through, I suppose, when it gets that high, so it doesn't take the bridge out. Pretty cool, huh? In the past, it must have been part of the main road, perhaps to Hadrianopolis, because that's not too far away from here either. But now, it's just a footbridge to a field